In this video, we're going to be talking about the reason people usually have sex, which is pleasure and having fun. Not all sex feels good, but when you're having sex in a consensual way with people you trust, it actually should feel good and be fun. A lot of what we talk about in sex ed has to do with things that aren't that fun, contraception, sexually transmitted infections, but here we're going to focus on the why of sex, and that is to feel good. Study after study tells us that students want to talk about pleasure in sex ed classes, but sometimes your teachers might be uncomfortable discussing it. So let's get into it. The reason people have sex is usually for pleasure. Sex, whether alone or with a partner, is natural, healthy, and is supposed to feel good. If sex doesn't feel good, you can stop or change what you're doing at any time. Yes, there are things to think about when deciding to have sex, like sexually transmitted infections, contraception, pregnancy, and that stuff isn't as fun or pleasurable to think about. But that's all the prep. The actual event should be fun. There are great sex ed researchers such as Emily Nagoski, who has a book called Come As You Are, and Peggy Kleinplatz, who has a book called Magnificent Sex. And both of them remind us that good sex is created in environments of trust, communication, respect, and play. And of course, consent is key. Sometimes students think that doing what they've seen in porn or what they've heard about is what makes good sex. But it turns out that good sex is actually created when we can listen to our partners and be able to say what we like and what we don't like. Always, pleasure is the measure of good sex. Everything you're doing should feel good to everyone involved.